I, 28F, have been married to my husband Nathan, 30M, for 5 years. We met during our sophomore year of college when we were paired up for a group project in our economics class. At first, we were just study buddies, but over time, our friendship grew into something more. We started dating in our junior year and continued our relationship after graduation. Nathan and I have always had a lot in common. We both love hiking, trying new restaurants, and binge-watching sci-fi shows. We even adopted a golden retriever named Max together 2 years ago. Our shared interests and values made our relationship feel easy and natural. After 3 years of dating, Nathan proposed during a weekend getaway to the mountains. It was a simple and intimate proposal, just the two of us surrounded by nature. We got married a year later in a small ceremony with close friends and family. Nathan's family, especially his parents, welcomed me with open arms from the start. His mom, Linda, 55F, often invited me over for cooking lessons, and his dad, Robert, 57M, would always ask for my opinion on his latest DIY projects. I felt like I had gained a second family. Nathan's brother Tom, 32M, was always friendly towards me, but we weren't particularly close. He was more focused on his career and traveled a lot for work. When Tom met Tamara, 25F, at a business conference 3 years ago, we were all happy for him. They had a whirlwind romance and got married after just 6 months of dating. Tamara never really clicked. While she was always polite, there was a certain distance between us. I chalked it up to our age difference and different interests. Tamara was more into partying and fashion, while I preferred quieter activities. Still, I always made an effort to include her and make her feel welcome at family gatherings. Our marriage had its ups and downs, like any relationship, but overall, we were happy. We both had stable jobs. I work as a marketing manager, and Nathan is a software engineer. We were even starting to talk about having children in the near future. Everything changed about a year ago when Tamara moved in with us. Tom had gotten a job opportunity overseas, and Tamara decided not to go with him immediately, saying she needed time to wrap up her own work commitments. They agreed she would stay behind for a few months and then join him. Nathan and I offered to let Tamara stay with us during this time. We have a spare bedroom, and we thought it would be nice to help out family. At first, everything seemed fine. Tamara was grateful and helped out around the house. She even started cooking dinner for us a few nights a week, which was a nice change from our usual takeout routine. But as time went on, I noticed Tamara started to overstep boundaries. She would often interrupt Nathan and me when we were having private conversations, acting as if she was part of every aspect of our lives. She'd make comments about how she wished Tom was more like Nathan, which made me uncomfortable. Sometimes I'd catch her staring at Nathan in a way that seemed more than sisterly. I tried to brush off these feelings at first. I told myself I was being paranoid and that Tamara was just going through a tough time being separated from Tom. But the incidents kept piling up. Tamara would accidentally walk in on Nathan when he was getting out of the shower. She'd sit unnecessarily close to him on the couch during movie nights. She even started dressing more provocatively around the house. When I tried to talk to Nathan about it, he'd brush it off. He'd say things like, "That's just how Tamara is, or you're reading too much into it." I started to feel like I was going crazy. Was I really imagining all of this? The situation came to a head last week. I had a meeting canceled at the last minute and came home early from work. As I walked into the house, I heard voices in the kitchen. I assumed Nathan had also come home early. But when I rounded the corner, I saw Tamara trying to kiss Nathan. Nathan pushed her away immediately, but the damage was done. I was furious and demanded Tamara leave our house right away. Nathan agreed, looking shocked and upset. Tamara packed her things and left, crying and apologizing the whole time. Now, a week later, Nathan is upset with me for kicking his sister-in-law out. He says nothing happened and that I overreacted. He wants me to apologize to Tamara and invite her back. I refused and told him Tamara crossed a line. Nathan and I have been arguing about this for days. He thinks I'm being unreasonable and says I should trust him more. I don't know what to do. I love Nathan, but I feel betrayed by both him and Tamara. Am I wrong for not wanting Tamara back in our house? Should I trust Nathan when he says nothing happened? I'm so confused and hurt. To make matters worse, Tom called me yesterday. He said Tamara told him I kicked her out for no reason and that I've been mistreating her. Now he's pressuring me to let Tamara come back and make things right. I feel like I'm going crazy. Everyone seems to be taking Tamara's side, and I don't know how to make them understand my perspective. Nathan and I have barely spoken in the last few days. He's sleeping in the guest room and giving me the cold shoulder. I'm starting to wonder if our marriage can survive this. I never thought Nathan would choose his sister-in-law over me, especially after what she did. I've tried talking to my friends about this, but they're divided. Some think I'm overreacting, while others say I should leave Nathan. I don't want to end my marriage, but I also don't want to live with someone who tried to kiss my husband. I'm at a loss. Should I give in and let Tamara come back? Should I stand my ground and risk my marriage? Is there a compromise I'm not seeing? I feel like I'm being gaslit by Nathan and his family, but maybe I'm the one who's wrong? I keep replaying that moment in the kitchen over and over in my head. The look on Tamara's face when I walked in, the way Nathan pushed her away. I can't shake the feeling that something more might have happened between them before I caught them. Nathan swears he's never been unfaithful and that Tamara's attempt to kiss him came out of nowhere. But why didn't he tell me about it right away? Why did he wait for me to confront him? These questions keep me up at night. I'm also struggling with feelings of inadequacy. What if Nathan is attracted to Tamara? She's younger than me and objectively prettier. Maybe I'm just being insecure, but I can't help comparing myself to her. The whole situation has made me question everything about my relationship with Nathan. Were there signs I missed? Has he been unhappy in our marriage? I thought we were solid, but now I'm not so sure. I've considered couples therapy, but Nathan is resistant to the idea. He says we should be able to work this out on our own. But how can we when we can't even have a conversation without it turning into an argument? I'm torn between my love for Nathan and my need to protect myself. I don't want to be the kind of wife who forces her husband to choose between her and his family. But I also don't want to be a doormat who lets people walk all over her. As I write this, I realize how much this situation has affected me. I've lost weight from stress, I'm having trouble concentrating at work, and I feel like I'm constantly on edge. I need to find a resolution soon, for my own mental health if nothing else. I guess what I'm really asking is, how do I move forward from here? How do I rebuild trust with Nathan? And how do I deal with his family, who now see me as the villain in this story? Any advice would be appreciated. I feel so alone and confused right now. Update 1. Thank you all for your advice and support on my last post. A lot has happened in the past 2 weeks, and I wanted to give you an update. After reading your comments, I realized I needed to have a serious conversation with Nathan. I sat him down and told him how hurt and betrayed I felt. I explained that his reaction to the situation with Tamara made me feel like he didn't value our marriage. To my surprise, Nathan broke down and confessed something I never expected. He told me that Tamara had been making advances towards him for weeks before the kitchen incident. He said he didn't tell me because he was afraid of causing drama in the family and hoped Tamara would stop on her own. Nathan revealed that Tamara had started flirting with him subtly at first. She would compliment his appearance more often, find excuses to touch him casually, and try to spend time alone with him. He said he tried to ignore it, thinking she was just being overly affectionate due to being separated from Tom. But as time went on, Tamara's behavior became more overt. She started walking around the house and revealing clothing when I wasn't home. She would accidentally brush against him in ways that made him uncomfortable. Nathan admitted that there were a few times when Tamara tried to kiss him before the incident I witnessed, but he always pushed her away. I was shocked and hurt that Nathan had kept this from me. We argued for hours, with me feeling betrayed all over again and Nathan trying to explain his reasons for staying silent. He said he was afraid of ruining his relationship with his brother and causing a rift in the family. He also admitted that part of him didn't want to believe Tamara was capable of such behavior. In the end, we both realized we had a lot of work to do on our communication. Nathan agreed to go to couples therapy with me, which we started last week. It's been hard, but I feel like we're making progress. We've both realized how much we've been taking each other for granted. During our therapy sessions, we've been discussing the importance of setting boundaries with family members and prioritizing our marriage. Our therapist has been helping us develop better communication strategies and ways to support each other during conflicts. As for Tamara, Nathan finally stood up to her and his family. He told them the truth about what had been happening and made it clear that Tamara was not welcome in our home anymore. His parents were shocked and apologized to me for their earlier behavior. Nathan's conversation with his parents was difficult. At first, they couldn't believe that Tamara would behave this way. They questioned if there had been some misunderstanding. But when Nathan detailed Tamara's actions over the past few months, they began to see the severity of the situation. Linda, Nathan's mom, was particularly upset. She kept asking where she had gone wrong in welcoming Tamara into the family. Robert, Nathan's dad, was more angry than anything else. He felt betrayed that Tamara had lied to them about the reason she was kicked out. Tom's reaction was the most surprising. When Nathan called to tell him what had been happening, Tom was quiet for a long time. Then, to our shock, he broke down and confessed that he and Tamara had been having problems in their marriage for a while. He revealed that he had suspicions about Tamara's fidelity but had been in denial. Tamara, however, didn't take it well when Nathan confronted her. She accused Nathan of leading her on and threatened to tell everyone that they had been having an affair. Nathan and I were stunned by her reaction. We didn't know how to handle this new threat. For a few days, we lived in fear of what Tamara might do. Would she follow through on her threats? Would people believe her? The stress was unbearable. I had trouble sleeping, constantly worrying about what Tamara might say or do next. Nathan was a mess too. He felt guilty for not addressing the situation sooner and was worried about the potential damage to his relationships with his family and friends if Tamara spread her lies. Then, 3 days ago, something unexpected happened. Tom reached out to Nathan again. He had been doing some thinking and wanted to share some information with us. According to him, Tamara had a history of inappropriate behavior with other men. He admitted that he had caught Tamara flirting with his friends on several occasions, but he had always brushed it off as her being friendly. Tom also revealed that Tamara had been pushing for them to have an open marriage before he took the overseas job. He had refused, which led to a lot of tension between them. Now, he was starting to wonder if Tamara had been unfaithful during their marriage. This information changed everything. Nathan and I realized that Tamara's behavior wasn't just a one-time mistake, but a pattern. We decided to confront her together. We met Tamara at a neutral location, a quiet coffee shop in town. At first, she tried to act normal, as if nothing had happened. But when we laid out everything we knew, including the information from Tom, she broke down. Tamara admitted to everything and revealed that she had been unhappy in her marriage for a long time. She confessed that she had always been attracted to Nathan, even before she married Tom. When she moved in with us, she saw it as an opportunity to act on her feelings. I felt a mix of emotions, anger at Tamara for what she had done, relief that the truth was finally out, and sadness for the pain this had caused our family. Nathan was devastated to learn the extent of his sister-in-law's deception. After our confrontation with Tamara, Nathan and I had a long talk about how to move forward. We agreed that we needed to prioritize our marriage and set clear boundaries with his family. Nathan decided to take a break from his relationship with Tamara, at least until she got professional help. We're still processing everything that's happened. Nathan and I are working on rebuilding our trust in therapy. His relationship with Tom is strained, and I don't know if it will ever fully recover. Nathan's parents are also struggling to come to terms with Tamara's actions. As for me, I'm trying to focus on healing my relationship with Nathan. It's not easy, and there are still moments when I doubt everything, but I'm committed to trying. Our therapist has given us exercises to rebuild trust and improve our communication. I know we have a long road ahead of us. The betrayal and lies have left deep scars. But for the first time in weeks, I feel like there's hope for our marriage. Nathan has been making a real effort to prioritize our relationship and rebuild my trust. We've also been working on strengthening our relationship outside of the drama with Tamara. We've started having regular date nights again, something we had let slide in recent months. We're also planning a weekend getaway, just the two of us, to reconnect and focus on our relationship. Thank you all again for your support. I'll update again if anything significant happens. Update 2: It's been 3 months since my last update, and I wanted to share what's been happening. Things have taken an unexpected turn, and I'm still trying to process everything. Nathan and I continued with our couples therapy, and for a while, it seemed like we were making progress. We were communicating better and slowly rebuilding trust. Nathan had cut off contact with Tamara, and his family had been supportive of our decision to distance ourselves from her. We had been working hard on our relationship. We'd established new routines, like a weekly check-in where we discuss any issues or concerns openly. We'd also started planning for our future again, looking at houses in a new neighborhood and talking about when we might start trying for a baby. However, about a month ago, I discovered something that shook me to my core. I was using Nathan's laptop to print some documents for work when I accidentally came across some old emails between him and Tamara. As I read through them, I felt like the ground was disappearing beneath my feet. The emails revealed that Nathan and Tamara had indeed had a brief affair 2 years ago, long before she moved in with us. The correspondence was explicit, leaving no doubt about the nature of their relationship at the time. I confronted Nathan immediately. At first, he tried to deny it, but when I showed him the emails, he broke down and admitted everything. He said it had been a drunken mistake during a rough patch in our marriage, and that he had ended it immediately and vowed never to tell anyone. Nathan explained that it happened during a time when we were struggling in our marriage. We had been arguing a lot about our future plans, and I had temporarily moved out to stay with a friend. During this time, Nathan had gone out drinking with some friends and ran into Tamara at a bar. One thing led to another, and they ended up sleeping together. I was devastated. All the progress we had made in therapy felt like a lie. The trust I had been slowly rebuilding crumbled in an instant. I couldn't believe that Nathan had been able to look me in the eye every day for 2 years, knowing he was keeping this secret. Nathan begged for forgiveness, saying he had wanted to tell me many times but was afraid of losing me. He swore that nothing had happened between them when Tamara lived with us, and that her attempt to kiss him had been a result of her trying to rekindle their past affair. I didn't know what to believe anymore. I felt like my whole world had been turned upside down. The man I thought I knew, the marriage I thought we had, it all felt like a lie. I asked Nathan to leave the house while I tried to figure out what I wanted to do. For weeks, I've been grappling with this new information. I've talked to my therapist, my friends, and even consulted a lawyer about my options. Nathan has been sending me messages every day, pleading for another chance and promising to do whatever it takes to save our marriage. I've been staying with my best friend, Lisa, while trying to sort out my feelings. She's been a great support, listening to me vent and cry without judgment. But even she doesn't know what advice to give me in this situation. Part of me wants to forgive Nathan and try to move past this. We've been through so much together, and I still love him. But another part of me wonders if I can ever trust him again. The affair may have been 2 years ago, but the lie has been ongoing. I'm also angry at myself for not seeing the signs. Were there clues I missed? Should I have known something was off between Nathan and Tamara long before she moved in with us? I've been replaying moments from the past 2 years in my head, wondering if I was blind to the truth. To complicate matters further, Tom reached out to me last week. He sent me a long email apologizing for his role in the situation. He said he had no idea about Nathan and Tamara's past affair, but he felt guilty for not seeing the signs of Tamara's behavior sooner. He also revealed that he and Tamara are now getting a divorce. In his email, Tom explained that after our last confrontation with Tamara, she had moved out of their shared apartment. He had hoped they could work things out, but Tamara's behavior only got worse. She started going out every night, refusing to tell him where she was or who she was with. Eventually, she admitted to having multiple affairs throughout their marriage. Tom's email made me realize how much pain Tamara's actions have caused not just to me and Nathan, but to the entire family. I feel sorry for Tom, but I'm also angry that his and Tamara's problems have spilled over into my marriage. I don't know what to make of all this. Is there any way to salvage my marriage after such a betrayal? Or is it time to walk away? The thought of divorcing Nathan terrifies me, but so does the idea of staying in a marriage where trust has been so thoroughly broken. I've been thinking about our future plans, the house we were going to buy, the children we were going to have. All of that seems so far away now. I wonder if I'll ever be able to trust Nathan enough to have a child with him. My parents have been urging me to give Nathan another chance. They remind me that marriages go through difficult times and that Nathan has been a good husband otherwise. But they don't understand the depth of the betrayal I feel. Nathan's parents, on the other hand, are devastated by the whole situation. They've reached out to apologize for not seeing the signs with Tamara earlier. They say they support whatever decision I make, but I can tell they're hoping we'll work things out. I'd appreciate any advice or perspective you all might have. This whole situation has left me feeling lost and unsure of everything I thought I knew. How do I even begin to make a decision that will affect the rest of my life? Update 3. It's been half a year since my last update, and I wanted to share where things stand now. A lot has changed, and I'm in a very different place than I was 6 months ago. After much soul-searching and countless therapy sessions, I made the difficult decision to end my marriage to Nathan. The trust between us had been irreparably broken, and I realized I couldn't move past the years of deception. It wasn't an easy decision to make. Nathan and I tried marriage counseling for a few months after my last update. We had some breakthroughs, and there were moments when I thought we might be able to save our relationship. Nathan seemed genuinely remorseful and was doing everything he could to rebuild trust. However, I found that I couldn't shake the feeling of betrayal. Every time Nathan's phone buzzed, I felt a jolt of anxiety. When he was late coming home from work, my mind would immediately jump to the worst conclusions. I realized that I was becoming someone I didn't want to be, constantly suspicious and unable to trust. The final straw came when I overheard Nathan on the phone with Tamara. He was telling her that she needed to respect our boundaries and stop contacting us. While his words were right, the fact that he hadn't told me about this call afterward made me realize that there would always be secrets between us. The divorce process was hard, but ultimately amicable. Nathan didn't contest anything and seemed to understand that he had destroyed our relationship with his actions. We sold our house and divided our assets without much conflict. It was painful to see our shared dreams dismantled, but also somewhat liberating. As for Tamara and Tom, I haven't had any contact with them since everything came to light. I heard through mutual friends that their divorce was finalized and Tamara moved to another state. Nathan told me that his relationship with Tom is slowly improving, but it will never be the same. The past few months have been a journey of self-discovery for me. I've focused on healing and rebuilding my life as a single woman. I moved to a new city for a fresh start. It was scary at first, being on my own in a new place, but it's been incredibly empowering. I've reconnected with old friends and made new ones. I joined a hiking club and have been exploring the local trails every weekend. I've also started taking cooking classes, something I always wanted to do but never made time for during my marriage. My relationship with Nathan's family has understandably changed. His parents reached out a few times after the divorce was finalized, expressing their sadness over how things turned out. While I appreciate their kindness, I've kept my distance to allow myself to heal. It hasn't been easy. There are still days when I miss the life I thought I had with Nathan. Sometimes I catch myself wondering what if? But overall, I feel stronger and more confident than ever before. I've learned valuable lessons about self-worth and the importance of honesty in relationships. I'm grateful for all the support I've received throughout this ordeal, both from loved ones and from this community. Your advice and encouragement helped me find the strength to make tough decisions and stay true to myself. Looking ahead, I'm cautiously optimistic about my future. I don't know what it holds, but I know I'll face it with a newfound resilience and self-assurance. I'm focusing on my career, my personal growth, and building meaningful relationships, romantic and platonic, based on mutual respect and trust.